Monday, September 14, welcome to CGN News. Several Jamaicans and Haitians have been reported missing at sea in the Bahamas since early Saturday. According to reports, members of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force, the Royal Bahamas Police Marine Division, and the United States Coast Guard have been engaged in the search for them. The police received an alert early Saturday that a 27-foot vessel was taking in water 9 miles south of Tutzhebert in Berry Islands, and on arrival, the cops found the vessel partially submerged with several individuals in the water clinging to the vessel. 12 people were subsequently rescued with ongoing search efforts to find the remaining people. The Caribbean will be benefiting from major expansion from U.S.-based carrier JetBlue. The airline is reportedly set to launch new routes across the region from Aruba to St. Martin. The airline announced that starting November 19, it will be launching 7 new non-stop routes to the wider Caribbean region, all out of Newark Liberty International Airport. The new routes will include 1 daily flight to Aruba, Montego Bay, Jamaica, Nassau, Bahamas, as well as 4 other routes. Commenting on the expansion, the airline said the new routes are aimed at immediately generating cash and capturing traffic on a variety of new non-stop routes, many never flown before by them. Prime Minister of Jamaica Andrew Holness on Sunday urged elected members of cabinet to exercise the power vested in them with the highest level of, quote, integrity, dignity and efficiency. The final 15 members of his 19-member cabinet were sworn in yesterday at King's House. The Jamaica Labour Party defeated the People's National Party in a landslide victory at the September 3 polls to claim 48 of the 63 seats in the lower house. Holness said the large majority has made his job as Prime Minister even more difficult, as he must now, quote, ensure that his cabinet, this government, stays in line with the expectation. Parliament is looking to separate sister islands of Antigua and Barbuda. The discussion will take center stage when Parliament holds a resolution next Thursday, according to an article in the Antigua Observer. A letter from the Barbuda Council dated August 31 demanded that the government take steps toward a separate future for the smaller island. Members said they are, quote, wholly satisfied with the treatment meted out to them by the country's present government. Cabinet notes released to media on the weekend described the request virtually treasonous. Prime Minister Andrew Holness and opposition leader Dr. Peter Phillips have paid tribute to legendary Jamaican singer Frederick Tutzhebert, who died on Friday at age 77. Toots, who passed away at the University Hospital of the West Indies, had been in a medically induced coma. Holness says Toots has added significant value to brand Jamaica, and many will remember him as one of Jamaica's best musical talents. Dr. Phillips says Toots was one of the most profound and thoughtful influencers and developers of Jamaican music. He says the singer's contribution to Jamaican music spans a number of genres, and the energy and style that he brought to his performances powered the music to unprecedented levels. Overseas now, billionaire Mike Bloomberg will spend at least $100 million to boost Democratic candidate Joe Biden's prospects in Florida, a battleground state that could sway the presidential election's outcome, U.S. media reported Sunday. The former New York mayor made the decision after President Donald Trump announced earlier in the week he's prepared to spend part of his own fortune on his re-election campaign, according to the Washington Post, which cited Bloomberg advisors. Trump, who won Florida in 2016, is counting on strong Republican turnout in his adopted home state this go-around. Biden is polling ahead in Florida, but only marginally, with 48.2% of the vote compared to Trump's 47%, according to the latest polling average by Real Clear Politics. Despite pleas from United States President Donald Trump, as well as Ultimate Fight Championship UFC President Dana White, to spare his life, Iranian officials on Saturday executed 27-year-old Greco-Roman wrestling champion Afghari. The Iranian government accused him of murdering a security guard during a 2018 protest. His family and attorney have, however, denied the claim, stating instead that he had been peacefully protesting. They said Afghari confessed to the murder following extreme torture by the authorities. In the same case, two of Afkari's brothers were sentenced to 54 and 27 years in prison, as well as 24 lashes, this according to human rights activists in a BBC News report. Israel has become the first country in the world to impose a second national lockdown. Benjamin Netanyahu, Prime Minister, announced the decision in a late-night TV news conference after infection and death rates soared. The lockdown will last for 3 weeks and will come into effect at 2 p.m. on Friday, coinciding with a major Jewish holiday, Rosh Hashanah. Israel currently has one of the worst coronavirus infection rates in the world per capita, with 37,482 active cases. Algerians were unable to access social media accounts on Sunday as students sat national exams in the North African country where authorities are cracking down on cheating. Social networks such as Facebook, Twitter, and WhatsApp were inaccessible, an AFP journalist said, while the internet faced disruptions across the country. The move came a day after the Justice Ministry announced that a teenager had been sentenced to 1 year in jail for having shared the results of an Arabic language test online. After a spike in cheating during national exams in recent years, authorities in the North African country adopted legislation under which those found guilty of wrongdoing could face up to 15 years in jail. 13 years after a South Florida city imposed a ban on saggy pants that reveals a person's underwear will soon be lifted. The city commission in Opa-locka, northeast of Miami, has voted 4-1 to repeal both the original 2007 legislation and a 2013 ordinance that said men and women could receive civil citations if they breached the ban. Signs are in place around the city to warn people not to get caught with their pants down. Wednesday's vote was a first reading of the repeal, meaning it will need to be approved again at a subsequent commission meeting before it's official, the Miami Herald reports. That's it for CGN News. I'm Scott Wilson. Thanks for watching.